Radio Echengelo, restoring everything in Christ with love and truth, with community news and Kitriona Chisompola Piri. Kindly be informed that we are also streaming live on the Radio Echengelo Facebook page. Headlines: Seek eye testing services early. SACOD urges political parties in the country to be tolerant and coexist. Parents in Kitwe express mixed feelings over the decision to revert to old school calendar. And now community news in detail. Members of the public are being encouraged to seek eye testing services early. Kitwe Teaching Eye Hospital Acting Senior Medical Superintendent Chiloshe Mboni stressed that the move was important in resolving various eye problems like squint, commonly known referred to as amarillo. Addressing journalists during the eye surgical outreach program at Rono Doras Hospital in Mufulira yesterday, Dr. Mboni added that Kitwe Teaching Hospital partnered with the Orbis International in setting up eye satellites with the view of offering eye screening services in various localities.
We have said we follow the children where they are so that we can sort out the diseases that can be sorted out within those areas. And then only those that need special machinery can come to Kitwe Hospital. So this out.
And some parents are found seeking eye testing services for their children at Ronald Ross Hospital have underscored the importance of seeking services early. Speaking to Radio Echengelo News, the parents said most eye problems like squint can be resolved at the hospital.
Ngabakwathira yakho bathi mina kayina bafuni bayisakamana sana abana bantu site yali ba important sana bana pakuti amone bwino kana ameso nayalunga bwino sitina basaba encourage baleka kwa abana nabena basaba chekirako pakuti abana problem yameso yapho bala mwana kenge kumona abantu bonse bandala kansiye that's what the best.
The 6-day eye surgical outreach program, which started on Monday, is being held in partnership with Orbis International and Ronald Ross Hospital in Mufulira. Some residents of Kwacha constituency in Kitwe have underscored the importance of voter registration exercise. The residents are talked to by Radio Echengelo News yesterday when Area Member of Parliament Joseph Malanji conducted a check in some voter registration centres, said the move would help them to exercise their democratic right of choosing leaders of their choice.
What voice okusala ukumwana ibanani awon ingasekela mu okubika mu kutungulushi
abalimbeshi abavote bakavote kutungusha tibalefu lero ngetsako bati balembeshi bavote bakachuze kutungusha iseshani balefu so bonzo fuliwaisa kuseshani ukulembesha hazi.
And Kwacha lawmaker Joseph Malanji said there are concerns from people that the equipment being used by Electoral Commission of Zambia to capture eligible voters was slow. He said since the electoral body was autonomous, he would submit the concerns of the people to ECZ. Mr. Malanji also observed that looking at the pace voter registration is progressing, it would be difficult for ECZ to capture the required number of people.
There is the autonomous status that they have. So what we're going to do is just to submit our complaints just like any other person would do. I think it wouldn't be in order that if they are bringing more equipment, so be it, because the cost that we're going, I think.
Among the voter registration centers Mr. Malanji toured included Bulangililo Secondary School, Mitanto Secondary School, Valley View Secondary School, and Kwacha Clinic. The National Action for Quality Education, NAQES, says reopening schools on 4th January 2021 will not be academically healthy for teachers and learners. The organization explained that between 4th December 2020 and 4th January 2021, teachers will be involved in marking end-of-year tests, invigilating, as well as marking national examinations, among other activities. NAQES says it does not believe in the system, which mostly glorifies theoretical examinations at the expense of acquisition of useful skills, competencies, values, and principles for one's survival. The organization's executive director, Aaron Chansa, is now advising the Ministry of General Education not to force the schools and teachers to have what he termed as a completed curriculum content for 2020 in term 1 of 2021.
National academic calendar will normalize in January 2021 as chaired the National Action for Quality Education in Zambia, because the earlier scheme of transferring the 2020 academic calendar into 2021 was going to fundamentally impair the schooling system in Zambia. We want to applaud the ministry for reverting to the normal calendar. However, we want to say that the date announced for reopening, which is 4th January.
As the momentum for the 2021 general election keeps growing, the Southern African Center for the Constructive Resolution of Disputes, SACOD, is urging political parties in the country to be tolerant and coexist. SACOD Executive Director Boniface Chembe says this is the only way peace can be built and grow in the country's democracy. Mr. Chembe's comment comes following the reported acts of political violence where some UPND and PF cadres clashed in Lusaka. Speaking in a statement, Mr. Chembe says it is possible the ruling Patriotic Front, PF, and the opposition United Party for National Development, UPND, can coexist and promote peace.
Associated in the assembly, it is paramount for all stakeholders in political society to respect the rights of one another. When political society fails to respect the enjoyment of these rights, the end results are acts of political violence that only bring pain to human beings and damage to both public and private property. We therefore appeal to all political parties to develop a stronger culture of peaceful tolerance and coexistence as one measure to prevent acts of political violence. Both the ruling
Community news comes to you in the community service of Rachel Chengelo with compliments of Indo-Zambia Bank and National Institute of Public Administration. Parents in Kitwe have expressed mixed feelings over the decision by Ministry of General Education to revert to old school calendar next year. Speaking in a random interview with Radio Ichengele News, some parents said the move was welcome as it would allow the pupils to start on a fresh note. They also encouraged pupils in examination classes to stay focused and prepare adequately. Others, however, expressed a concern that it would not allow pupils to recover the time lost during COVID-19 closure.
Next year, after I'm saying no, so 2020 or 2021, or I have a and I think my exam when it's crossing Singapore, I go at it. A positive amount of covering. And to have a problem, we are going to as if we go the body for the body. Mr. Chilwell, I mean, I'm a possible amount. I'm going to say, you could like it or I get it as on a soup. How and then that's matter, she feel. Bantu kuchiranja abalanja bakesamba mumazi naye kimabwa kiki kyakokola n'abaana kibabeera kuuma kuki kibabeera kwabakopo so ekiri abalanja bakesamba mu January kiriko bino
for the months that our children were not attending classes, they've got no option. They just have to adhere to the directive from their superior.
We now end community news by looking at the headlines again. Seek eye testing services early. SACOD urges political parties in the country to be tolerant and coexist. Parents in Kitwe express mixed feelings over the decision to revert to old school calendar. For these and more stories, you can visit our Facebook page, log on to Facebook, and like the Radio Ichengele page and link to radioichengele.radio12345.com. Remember to play your part in the fight against the coronavirus pandemic by adhering to the safety guidelines as outlined by the Ministry of Health and the World Health Organization. Wear a mask when in public. Avoid large groups and maintain social distance. Avoid unnecessary movements. Wash your hands frequently for at least 20 seconds. Cover your cough or sneeze with a flexed elbow, handkerchief, or tissue. And so here we end community news this Thursday morning. I am Kitriona Jisompola Piri. Have a lovely day.
Do more with your Indo-Zambi bank account by activating your Indo Mobile and Net Banking. Our Indo Mobile and Indo Net Banking is the most convenient and safest way for you to do your banking needs from anywhere.